Let's talk about 3 different traits of a high-quality woman. Number 1, a high-quality woman is very intentional with the people that she speaks to and the way that she listens. Doesn't overspeak when people are speaking or doesn't interrupt when people are speaking. She stays still in the person's presence, enjoys their presence, and is very still in her own presence. She listens intentionally and doesn't overuse her energy in any conversation. She's also intentional when she speaks. When she vocalizes and uses her voice, it's because she has some sort of value to add to the conversation and some sort of genuine engagement. Number 2, she sets clear boundaries with any person in her life and doesn't compromise her own values, morals, or femininity for another person's benefit. She sets the standard for what she expects to receive, and if she doesn't receive it, then that person is not for her. She stands true in her own worth and in her own value and really exudes that through her energy. She doesn't really need to speak her standard. She just expects the standard to be met through the way that she upholds herself, the way that she respects herself, and the way that she shows up for herself. Number 3, she is very graceful with anything that comes her way. There is nothing in her external that will ever cause her to be emotional or reactive or get into that low vibrational state with the external. For example, if someone in your external is causing you to feel a certain trigger, a sort of negative emotion, she analyzes that emotion, but she never steeps low enough to get to that point. She doesn't absorb a person's negative energy. She only reflects and analyzes it and lets it just be. She realizes that this person is just reflecting their internal world towards her, and she does not take anything personally. Because remember, a happy person will never ever bring you down. Only someone whose internal world is mixed with negative emotions will bring you down.
If you are a woman and you are attractive, you are smart, you are kind, you are loving, you're entrepreneurial, you're adventurous, the kind who operates with grace and intention, then you must treat yourself like the high value woman that you are. And it starts with boundaries, okay? That kind of energy must be protected. You cannot go around letting everyone have a piece of you, because when you shine like that, everyone will be drawn to you. And not all of them are going to have good intentions. So if you do not set your boundaries, you're going to find yourself feeling drained as hell, disrespected as hell, and just surrounded by people who only want to take. Boundaries do not make you cold, they make you wise. They don't take away your warmth, they preserve it. Okay, part of actually walking in your power is being very selective about who gets access to you. Take it from me. I saw early success in my 20s, and with that came, friends and family from left and right wanting to just take. And don't get me wrong, it feels so great to be able to actually help them, but you need to know when to close the gate and allow yourself to get to higher levels, because most of those people only come around, out of the shadows when they see that you have something to give.
If you really want to be a high value woman, you need to understand the laws of high value women. The first one I want to mention is the law of clarity. You attract what you clearly want. Vague desires give you vague results, so get very specific. Number 2 is the law of belief. If you don't believe you deserve it, you'll sabotage it. Number 3 is the law of focus. Where focus goes, energy flows. Stop feeding it what you don't want. Number 4 is the law of action. The universe responds to movement, so you need to align your actions with your intentions. Number 5 is the law of detachment. You want it, but you don't need it. Desperation blocks your blessings. Number 6 is the law of persistence. Attraction takes time. Don't quit before the miracle. And number 7 is the law of alignment. If it feels forced, it's probably not aligned. You need to trust flow over force. Hopefully this helps you while you're on your journey, and make sure you follow for more.
Listen to this one thing. If you want people to be crazy about you, you have to invest in yourself. That is the simplest way to put it. Everyone on this human planet struggles with self-esteem, with self-worth, with who am I? How do I appear in this world? How do I make him like me? How do I make her like me? How do I make him stay? How do I make her reply to me? And the reality of the situation is this. If you can show that other person that you have the self-worth and the self-esteem to truly invest in yourself, Go to the gym, eat the right thing, work on your business, have a calm, peaceful life and mindset. Don't chase other people. Just appear for yourself. Just invest in yourself, in your own thriving. People will look at you and think, wait a minute, what does she know that I don't know? I want the secret to that. It's like the fountain of youth. Everyone wants a secret to that. Everyone wants a secret to true self-worth and confidence. If you can quietly sit in your energy and show up for yourself unapologetically, people will be drawn to you like moth to a flame. I'm telling you, you won't be able to get rid of people if you have that quiet confidence and you show up for yourself, because they will be like, number one, teach me. Number one, I need to invest in this appreciating asset, which is how men think. Try it.
Let's talk about becoming a high value woman. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what your title is at work. I don't care what your career is. It's all in here. Number one, girl, you got to get your body right. This is probably the most important step, and let me tell you why. When people look at you, the first thing they see is your appearance. Okay? It's just natural human nature. And when people look at you and they see a fit body, they see someone who takes care of themselves, they see someone who respects themselves, and they see someone who has discipline. That first impression of you, like when you're at an event or when you're in public or when you're meeting somebody for the first time, their first impression of you, they're going to look at your body and they're going to subconsciously think, does this person have discipline? Do they work hard? Do they respect themselves enough to eat clean and to work out and to do those things for themselves? That's one aspect of it. And then the other aspect is how you are going to feel. You're going to feel so good about yourself, and you are going to show up better in the world because you love your body. You feel good because you're eating clean and you're working out. You're going to have more energy. There is so much that goes along with having a fit body. Number two, read. I cannot reiterate that enough. When I was in my single phase and that time period where you're just kind of alone, like you're not going after guys, you're not hanging out with people, you're just really in your like lonely grind era, that's when I was reading a lot of self-help books. And I can do a reading list for you guys if you'd like. A lot of my wisdom comes from how many books I read and how often I'm reading. Like every single morning, it is a non-negotiable for me to wake up and go straight into my Bible first and then a book. Number three, speaking of that single phase that I have, I think that it's so important for you at some point in your life to have a phase of loneliness and isolation. And not like a depressed, sad isolation, but just a phase where you are really working on yourself and you're getting to know yourself. Because girl, before that phase of loneliness, I would have not been ready to meet my husband. Like I needed to grow. I needed to figure out who I was and what I wanted in life. So I really didn't hang out with friends much at all. I didn't really go out at all. It was kind of just me, like working out, working and reading and working on myself. So that goes right into number four, delete the roster. And delete Snapchat if you need to. I had to do that for a little while. I just didn't want anybody to have contact with me. This was a mindset shift. Like you really have to get into this mindset where you're like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to entertain anything. It's not happening. And that is when Noah came into my life. Like that's when the right guy like swooped in, and it was not through Snapchat. I'm not talking down on Snapchat. I have it now to connect with like long distance friends. But when you're single, it's such a temptation. Number five, get into an established routine and wake up a little bit earlier. Now, I used to be a 5 a.m. girly. I don't do that really anymore, like unless I have to, because I just don't like waking up and seeing darkness outside. I like getting up when the sun's up, so that's anywhere from like 6:30 to 7:30. That's still early for me. I just recommend waking up early enough to where you have time to read a book, to journal, to read the Bible, to do a devotion, so that you have that time to yourself in the mornings, and then you go into your day. It changes your day. When I have days where I just wake up and go straight into work, or I wake up and I go straight to what I'm supposed to do, I don't have that time to sit and reflect and like control my day before somebody else controls it. And with the routine, I have an established morning routine and I have an established night routine. And for women especially, this is very, very important, because when we don't have a routine, our body thinks that we're not safe, and that can spike your cortisol. Like, to be in your feminine, you need to have as much safety, quote unquote, as you can for your body. So my body knows it's gonna wake up at a certain time. It knows what we're gonna do. It knows what time we're gonna eat. It knows what time we're gonna go to bed. You don't have to be so rigid about it, but just create that routine for yourself. It's very comforting and you will fall in love with your routine. Number 6 is self-care and having intentional time. Instead of laying in the bed and scrolling for an hour, Go outside in the sunlight and walk. It is going to change your life. I'm not even kidding. Or you can read a book, or you can journal, or you can meditate, or you can do skincare. You can put on a face mask, you can turn on your favorite show, but something that is not scrolling on social media and looking at other people's lives. You really want to try to pour into your life and into your cup as much as possible. Let me know if you guys liked this, because I can definitely do a...
Let's talk about characteristics of a high quality woman. Number 1, a high quality woman respects herself. She knows how to say no. She only does things that she wants to do. She gives her energy to people that truly value her and respect her. She is not convinced by the illusions or ideas that a lot of men may portray to her, because you have to realize, as a woman, the only way a man can really get to you is by using your emotions, by using your mind, and by creating ideas that make you think, oh, this is what he's going to provide for me. You have to pay attention to actions, not words. When a woman respects herself, that's when you will receive respect from other people, energetically and naturally. When you step into any room, people will already know how much you respect yourself just by the way you uphold yourself, and literally because of your energy. A guy knows when to respect a girl just by the way she enters a room. And how does he analyze that? Because of her energy, by the way that she thinks, by the way that she radiates, by the way that she magnetizes as she walks into a room. Number 2, a high value woman is truly in her femininity. By this I mean she balances her light feminine energy and her dark feminine energy. Her light feminine energy is her playful, kind, creative, and fun self. This is where she does all the cute stuff. And her dark feminine energy is where she sets her boundaries, respects herself, her guidelines and expectations, and most importantly, how she gets things done. When these two energies are balanced and create this feminine energy, that is when she is her most magnetic self, because she's prioritizing herself, she's prioritizing her needs. And when you're in your most deep and magnetic state, that's when fruition and creation and overflow occur, and you enlighten people with that overflow because you are already taking care of yourself. So naturally, you can start taking care of other people. Number 3, and I think the most important one, is being elegant. By this, I don't mean dressing up super nice and looking clean and presentable. It's part of it, but it's the 1% part of being elegant. The 99% part of being elegant is the way that you interact with people. Being kind, being respectful, being understanding are critical to this element in being a high value woman. A high value woman makes people feel seen, understood, and valued. And meeting the people that you meet on the day-to-day basis and trying to learn from them is really a privilege if you think about it. Every person you meet has a story to tell, has knowledge to share. It's so critical to gain this and receive this and be very intentional with your interactions with people. Being rude, mean, judgmental, and overlooking the individual that's in front of you won't bring you any benefit. If anything, it's just igniting negative energy within you and radiating to other people. And you have to remember that this negative energy will always come back to you through other people or through other experiences in your life or through problems within yourself. At the end of the day, every exchange you have, every person you meet in your life is there for a reason. Even if you feel like it's not benefiting you one way or another, it really teaches you something and you learn from it. And I think that's the beautiful perspective that a high quality woman has. Even if she endures the bad, she understands that the bad always brings good out of it. Because it is true. You will always learn something from something bad in your life. And you will always grow from it. I love you, and I'll see you